Hi guys, you are going to need your Chapter 4 Go Math book today. We are on page 243 today, and it's lesson 4.6. So in lesson 4.6, our goal is to be able to find the unit rate of a problem. And a unit rate, remember, is comparing your rate to 1. Okay, so anytime you see unit in math, we're going to think of 1. Okay. We're going to read this problem here and see how we can solve it. Okay. The star fruit, or carambola, is the fruit of a tree that is native to Indonesia, India, and Sri Lanka. Slices of the fruit are in the shape of a 5-pointed star, so they look like this over here. Lara paid $9.60 for 16 ounces of star fruit. Find the price of 1 ounce of star fruit. Then it says, recall that a unit rate makes a comparison to 1 unit. You can find a unit rate by dividing the numerator and the denominator by the number in the denominator. And what that means is that I'm going to have $9.60 for 16 ounces of this fruit. Okay, and I want to know how much would 1 ounce be. So in order to do that, I need to divide by 16 on the top and bottom. Now this is going to require you today to remember how to divide by decimals. Okay, so I'm going to go to the side and I'm going to divide $9.60. Just a little tip or hint, whenever we're working with money with unit rates, the money is going to go on the inside, and the number of whatever it is, in this case it's ounces, is going to go on the outside. Okay, so we're going to do $9.60 divided by 16. So I bring my decimal up, and I say 16 doesn't go into 9, it goes into 96. And I might need to check how many times it goes into 96. So I'm going to check, and we're going to try 6. So 6 times 6 is 36. 1 times 6 is 6, plus 3 is 9. Look at that. Okay, so I have 6, and this is 96. Subtract, I get 0. Bring down, I get 0. 16 goes into 0 how many times? Well, it doesn't go in, so I put this. And when we're talking about money, we want to have 2 decimal places. So what this means is that the unit rate is 0.60. So the price is 60 cents per ounce. Okay, and I guess I could have filled in these things over here, but so we had $9.60. 16, and this is 0.60. Okay, so for today, what we're going to be doing is kind of figuring out what's going to be the better deal on items. So if we have $9.60 for 16 ounces, how much would 1 ounce be? We might have another price that's going to be $10 for 20 ounces. What one's the better deal? And you have to figure that out today. All right, we're going to go to the next page and look at some examples from this page. So this problem says, during migration, a hummingbird can fly 210 miles in 7 hours, and a goose can fly 165 miles in 3 hours. Which bird flies at a faster rate? Okay, so we need to figure out who flies faster. So in order to do that, we need to find the unit rate of each. So basically, we need to compare apples to apples and not oranges to oranges. So we need to compare 1 hour to 1 hour rather than 7 hours to 3 hours, because these are not comparable. Okay, so the hummingbird goes 210 miles in 7 hours, and the goose goes 165 miles in 3 hours. So I need to find the unit rate by dividing by my denominator, which is 7, and is 3. So I'm going to go to the side and do this. So 210 divided by 7. 7 goes into 21 3 times. 3 times 7 is 21. Okay, bring down my 0. 7 does not go into 0, so that's 30. Remember, we have to fill all of our lanes here So it's not just 3. You have to put that 0 in still for 30. So this bird, the hummingbird, travels 30 miles per hour. Okay, and per means 1. So 30 miles in 1 hour. All right, and this bird, the goose, does 165 miles in 3 hours. So 3 goes into 16 5 times. Do my subtraction and bring down. And 3 goes into 15 5 times. Okay, and that gives me a remainder of 0, which is good because I don't want any remainder here. So this is going to be 55 miles in 1 hour. Now, that means that 55 miles per hour is faster than 30 miles per hour. So the bird that flies faster is a goose. Now, you might have been able to look at that one and be able to figure it out using some deductive reasoning or math sense that you have had. We're going to try to show our work, though, as much as possible today. And these are going to be the types of problems that we're going to do are like letter B here. Okay, and letter B says, a 64-ounce bottle of apple juice costs $5.76. A 15-ounce bottle of apple juice costs $1.80. Which item costs less per ounce? So we do this in real life pretty frequently. I'm sure your parents probably go to a Costco or Sam's Club to get things, and sometimes it's cheaper to buy things in bulk. In this case, our bulk purchase is a 64-ounce bottle of apple juice costs $5.76. And then maybe at Target, a 15-ounce bottle of apple juice costs $1.80. We can figure out what is the better deal. Should I go to Costco or should I go to Target? So by doing that, I'm going to say, okay, it's $5.76 for 64 ounces. And remember, my money is going to go on the top, okay, and my denominator is going to be whatever I have, which is ounces in this case. Okay, the 15-ounce bottle is $1.80 and 15 ounces. So I need to figure out how much is in 1 ounce. Okay, so in order to do that, I need to divide by 64 on both my top and bottom. Obviously, my bottom, I'm going to end up with 1, okay, because that's the point. We're comparing to 1 ounce. So $5.76 divided by 64. Okay. So 64 does not go into 5, does not go into 57. It goes into 576. I'm going to guess probably about 8 times. Now, here is a tough part here, though. It doesn't go into 5. It doesn't go into 57. But look, I have a lane here that needs to get filled because there's a decimal here. Okay, so this lane needs to get filled with a 0, even though I don't necessarily always write zeros in division. Because I have the decimal here, I need to fill in with a 0 if it doesn't go in. Okay, I need to stay in my lane after the decimal. The 0 in front doesn't matter. You can choose to write it or not. So 64 into 576, I'm going to guess, I don't know, maybe 8 times. So 4 times 8 is 32. 6 times 8 is 48. 51. Not quite enough. Let's try one more of them. So that would be 9 times. There's 576. So if I went to Costco and got the jumbo apple juice, a 64-ounce one, I would be paying 9 cents per ounce for that apple juice. Okay? Now, if I went to Target and got the $1.80 15-ounce bottle, I'm going to go do the math here, and 15 doesn't go into 1, but it goes into 18 once, so I don't need to worry about that 0 this time. Subtract, bring down, 15 goes into 30 twice. So that apple juice is going to be 12 cents per ounce. Now that's usually the case. If you buy something in bulk, it's going to be a little bit cheaper per ounce. So it is a better deal to buy the 64-ounce bottle of apple juice from Costco rather than the $1.80 15-ounce bottle from Target. Okay, we're going to try a couple of these on our own and then come back together. Okay, so Let's go ahead and try numbers 3 and 4. Okay, over on page 245. Okay, so we're going to try 3 and 4. Go ahead and pause the video and try these two problems. Okay, welcome back. Let's go over these two problems and get an answer here. So Amy and May have to read Bud Not Buddy for a class. Amy reads 20 pages in 2 days. So how many pages would that be in 1 day? Well, Amy would read 10 pages in 1 day then. And it says May reads 35 pages in 3 days. So May is going to read 35 in 3 days. So how much would she read in 1 day? Okay, in order to do that, I might need to go to the side here because I don't know what 35 divided by 3 is off the top of my head. So 35 divided by 3 gives me 11 remainder 2. Okay, which really is 11.66 repeating. So that means that May would have read at a faster rate because she reads more pages per day. Okay, number 4. An online music store offers 5 downloads for $6.25. Another music store offers 12 downloads for $17.40. Which store offers the better deal? So again, our money goes on the inside, and whatever we're working with goes on the outside. So I'm going to figure out how much 1 is for this online music store. Let's maybe call this one Apple or iTunes or whatever, and maybe this one is the Google Play Store. Okay, so that we can refer to them throughout the video here. So 5 goes into 6 once. Got a decimal there. 1 times 5 is 5. Subtract, bring down. 5 goes into 12 twice. 2 times 5 is 10. Subtract, I get 2, bring down my 5, and 5 goes into 25 5 times. So it's $1.25 for store number 1, which we referred to as Apple. The second store, we're doing $17.40 divided by 12 to figure out how much 1 song would cost, or 1 download. So 12 goes into 17 once. Do my subtracting and my bringing down. 12 goes into 54 4 times. Subtract and bring down, and 12 goes into 60 5 times, so it's $1.45. So maybe Google Play is $1.45. So which store offers the better deal? The first one, which in this case I call it Apple, but I'm just going to say the first store. All right, we'll be working with this tomorrow, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.